Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session with cause number 331458. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Jonathan Levier. Mr. Levier is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Levier, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Levier, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Levier, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Levier?
I'm great.
That's good. Now, Mr. Levier, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Peter Dahl. Attorney Dahl, how are you doing?
Pretty fair, Judge.
Mr. Dahl, do you waive a record in Mr. Levier's case?
Sir, again?
Do you waive a record in Mr. Levier's case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Levier, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that on or about May 18th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence. Mr. Levier, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Levier, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Levier, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Now, Mr. Levier, I need to make one change on this document where it says you are charged with the offense of. I'm going to write in the offense, and that offense is assault family violence. And Mr. Levier, I will also write the date of, I will also write the offense date of May 18th of 2021. Now, Mr. Levier, do I have your permission to make those corrections?
Yes, you do.
And state, Mr. Dahl, do I have your permission to make those corrections?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And State, do I have your permission as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Levier, I have before me that document that I made those corrections on. The document is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. I'll show you this document. Mr. Levier, do you recognize this document?
Yes, I do.
Now, on page 2 of this same document, Mr. Levier, there are a set of initials on the line that is checked guilty. Mr. Levier, did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, I did.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Levier, is this your signature?
Yes, that's my signature.
And on the next document, Mr. Levier, this document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, I do.
And is this your signature on this document?
Yes, it is.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And Mr. Levier, did you sign a document out there on paper that is titled Discovery Certifications?
Yes.
And Mr. Levier, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Mr. Dahl, go over these documents with you?
Yes, he did.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Levier, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, I am.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1 into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer State's 1.
Any objections, Mr. Dahl?
No objection, Judge.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Dahl, you have advised and counseled Mr. Levier. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
Mr. Levier, your attorney, Mr. Dahl, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, I am.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mrs. Levier, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of guilty in this case, excuse me, the state is recommending confinement in Jefferson County Jail for 100 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the defendant be given credit for the 100 days he has already spent in jail, making this a time-served plea agreement, Your Honor. And lastly, we're asking that the court use that time served to tax charge court cost.
Mr. Levier, the state is offering that you serve 100 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you have already served 100 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for the time that you have already served. The court cost in this case, Mr. Levier, is $387, but you would not be required to pay the $387 court cost because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Mr. Levier, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, I do.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, I do.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, I do accept.
Okay, now, Mr. Levier, I will follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Levier, if you do not have anything else holding you in jail, you should be getting out of jail today. This will conclude your case. Now, Mr. Levier, before we let you go, pursuant to the Texas Administrative Code Section 176.1, I hereby admonish you or warn you of the following. Number one, you are by entry of order or judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code Section 46.013, firearms mean any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique carry firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or carry firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code Section 46.02, unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code Section 46.04, unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.026, warning on protective orders. Now, Mr. Levier, you should be given a copy of this ammunition at the jail. This will conclude your case. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Doyle, you are also free to go, and you have a blessed day as well.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome. And this will conclude the calling of the court's jail run docket on today's date of March 9th, 2023 in County Court at Law Number 2.